Hello and welcome. My name is Biagio Mazza. I'm Pastoral Associate here at St. Sabina Parish in Belton, Missouri. And I'm here to welcome you to another Do You Know series questions. Today's question is, do you know why fasting is a spiritual exercise in various religious traditions? In order to explore the meaning and purpose of fasting, it is good to look and examine two traditions that really exercise fasting as a spiritual discipline in their traditions. Catholicism during the season of Lent, and Muslims during the month of Ramadan. The purpose for Catholics, the purpose of Lent is a period of time in which we deepen our relationship with God by means of self-discipline, self-control, asking God for forgiveness of our sins, and really coming to a greater awareness of our dependence on God. Such a period of time helps us deepen that relationship, and fasting is a means of accomplishing some of those purposes for the season of Lent. Similar to the Muslim tradition, the month of Ramadan is a time in which they use for fasting for the purpose of same exact things, namely deepening their relationship with God, their understanding of the revelation that God has given to them through the Quran, and actually using the exercise of fasting as a means of self-control and self-discipline, while always, as we do in Lent, always attuning ourselves to being kind and considerate, generous, and caring for those who are in need. The time of Lent for us is a time of entering more deeply into the paschal mystery of Christ's passion, death, and resurrection. And understanding what that paschal mystery means for us in our everyday lives. So too for Muslims, Ramadan is a time of deepening their understanding and their relationship with God by deepening their understanding of God's revelation to them during God's revelation to them in the Quran. Because it was during the month of Ramadan, is believed by Muslims, that God began God's revelation to Muhammad, and which ultimately resulted in the Quran. As a matter of fact, on the 27th day of the month of Ramadan, it is known as the day in which revelations began. And the entire month is devoted to the reading and reflection and deepening our understanding of God's revelation in the Quran. Now, with regards to the manner of fasting, what is interesting about that is that we, in our tradition, during Lent, we are allowed to eat one full meal during the day and two other small meals that shouldn't equal another full meal. So, a matter of fasting, we can drink anything that we want along the way. In the Muslim tradition, it's a stricter fast where they from sunrise to sunset, nothing is to touch their mouth, not even water. No sexual activity is to happen during that time, or any other activities that would prevent them from deepening their understanding in what God calls and demands of them. They can break the fast at night and eat, and even eat a little bit before the sunrise, so as to prepare themselves for the long day. But it's a very strict fast throughout the day. And since their lunar calendar, what happens is that the months move around, and sometimes they can be during the winter, shorter days and an easier fast. But sometimes the months of Ramadan can come during the summer in longer days and a much more difficult fasting, especially in very hot or warm parts of the world. Like Lent, the season ends on the feast of Easter, in which a joyous celebration of Jesus' passion, death, and resurrection, and the paschal mystery itself. So too for Muslims, the end of Ramadan ends on a 3-day celebration in which they revel in the deeper relationship that they've entered to God, their deeper understanding of the Quran and the meaning and purpose that it has in their lives, and the celebrations with families, in eating special foods, doing special prayers, and enjoying life and God's dependence on God in their lives. So I hope this has helped in some ways to understand the meaning and significance of fasting in various religious traditions, especially as particularized in the Catholic tradition and compared and contrasted with the Muslim tradition. So I hope this has been informative for you, and that I hope that you will return once more again to further your understanding of our spiritual practice and the various religious traditions that we are engaged with. Thank you very much.